Onda Magazine presenta.
Que Onda Houston, I'm pleased to welcome you to another exclusive interview, but this time with Chief of the Houston Fire Department, Tom Muñoz. How are you doing today?
Good, gracias. Thank you.
We're so happy that you're here. We're excited to talk about the Houston Fire Department. I know there's so many efforts, especially right now with, with the winter, getting cold, and all throughout the year. Mm-hmm. And I know you're basically in 2025, you wrapped up your first year as in your new role, because it's not your first year. Yeah. You come from extensive experience. Yeah. So tell us about your top priorities of your first year and how did you work to achieve those?
Yeah. Well, our top priorities coming in, obviously increasing the morale, but then from external is also our top three priorities are going to be staffing stations and apparatuses. And the staffing, we were able to recruit some large numbers, which resulted in the largest class in our history of graduating our firefighters. I'd never seen those numbers before. And then, of course, with the recruiting side and people, there was a time when we could only get 60 people to sign up for the entrance exam, the civil service exam, as they call it. And from that, maybe 35 would actually take the exam from the numbers that I was reading. Now, with that said, in the first year we have a 1-year waiting list for people to get that have successfully passed the exam. Now they're just waiting to get in with the Houston Fire Department. We're averaging about 220 signing up per each civil service exam. But that's a huge testament to the command staff that I've been blessed with. Plus, Mayor John Whitmire's support, and as well as the union, that we're working all three together. That makes a huge difference in the optics that our department's having, which is a world-class department.
Amazing. Yeah. And I know you celebrated a big achievement, a big milestone with the recent cadet graduation.
Yes.
Tell me, what does this mean for your department, for the residents? What does it mean for the impact that people may see?
The big one is, as I mentioned, we graduated the biggest cadet class, and with that, it is a huge milestone because it is showing that the Houston Fire Department's coming back. It is showing that morale's high. People want to work for good departments. And it shows how we restructured everything from how we did the recruiting to even how we got people in as far as, for example, being a veteran. I'm a veteran myself, and there was that 15-hour minimum requirement to get in, and knowing all the training that military personnel do is not only hands-on but with academics as well. I decided the veterans could waive that 15-hour because they've already served their country. They've done so much more than 15 hours, and that's been a very successful model. We've also worked with the Skill Bridge, which is a program where military personnel that are about to retire from the military are able to transition into the fire department with the training and everything else. So that's been very successful as well. But also recognizing the certifications that people are having, like the Texas Commission of Fire Protection, which is firefighting, and of course your EMT or paramedic. We were able to change the pay scale for that. But again, it's been, we tried some things that worked, some didn't. But the big event was not to see why haven't we been able to get people in, right? And we are able to now. We're very proud of our training academy as well, our recruiting team. Both, the HR has been doing an amazing job. So everything's worked, But again, it doesn't go without the support of the Mayor Whitmire and the council as well. I mean, they've been very supportive. So it's great. It really is.
Amazing. Thank you for sharing that. Mm-hmm. Any highlights that you want to bring to the audience attention in terms of services that you might be proud of?
Well, that's a very good question because historically you would hear that there was apparatuses being browned out, or what it means out of service, meaning we didn't have the manpower or the woman power or the resources, the human resource or firefighters to be able to staff those, because we do have a minimum staffing on the apparatus. It's 4, but when you don't have enough, and we're browning them out. And to give you an example, the first quarter when I got here, I just gotten here in officially in August. So we did July, August, September. We round out an average from the numbers 340 apparatuses for the month, right? As compared to the same quarter this year, only 26 total for the 3 months. And it's getting better. This next quarter is going to be a lot better where, it was very common to see them. But now our members are world-class firefighters, and they're coming, they're really doing the job that requires, that commitment and dedication. But man, that was a huge accomplishment for us. That it shows the dedication that our members have. So that's been a huge accomplishment. The other ones have been establishing, doing health safety. Our safety officers, we're working hard at getting safety officers throughout the quadrant. We do have them, but just having that expanding that program, along with the technology that we have that we're getting. Actually, our technology group it's just firefighters and captains and district chiefs that decided, hey, we're going to start seeing what we can do, with technology. And we actually came in second this last month at the International Association of Fire Chiefs Technology Conference, and they presented and came in second out of all these departments throughout the country, right? First you had to submit, then you got selected, then you had to present. So they did amazing work. It was a tough field, right? New York, Chicago, and them, and so we were very successful with that. It was very good for us, a lot too. But I think the biggest accomplishment's obviously been the morale. That, how do you gauge it? And we've been told that, I think the thing for us is, and for me, is that that we have connected again. Our fire department is coming back. It's back. The pride is coming back. Just everything in general, and I think that's been the biggest thing. And I think for us as the command staff, we understand that our foundation is based on the firefighters that work for the city of Houston, third largest department in the country, and it's understanding but just being there for them, during those hard times. I always say I call people that are injured or whose family member has died or there's some tragedy in their lives, and they're surprised that myself and the command staff call and say, how are you checking? Just checking in on you. How are you doing? Would you need anything? I remember telling one member who lost a loved one, I said, man, I can't do much, but I can give you a shoulder to cry on if you need one. I think maybe that, and the command staff is like that as well. So I think that is the leadership quality that we bring to them.
That's amazing to hear,
Yeah.
Chief. I'm glad that more people are graduating. And for anybody who's listening to this interview and is interested in joining your department, anything you want to say about the many careers that people can expect to?
That's a very good one. One of the things that not only is coming in as a firefighter, but you also have the opportunity to test for the Arson Bureau, which is internally inspectors, that are man, I can't say enough about the Arson Bureau and inspectors. And then there's the communication captains that, they have such an important job that taking in those calls and knowing how to direct and stuff. And so those three areas. And then plus, not only that, those are the tested, but even as a firefighter, you have the opportunity to go into a specialized field like hazardous material, heavy rescue, or just even the rescue crews that are doing that. So there's so much, right, that they specialize in. We got those that swift water trained, and then a lot of them are into the task force throughout the state that they're called up. We have Wildland Group that, our guys from the Wildland Group are being called now. Ecuador's, we had a meeting with them, and they're interested in having our people train them. So those relationships that we're building, not only internally but externally, are showing who we are. But yeah, it's a great career. No regrets. I love this job. I really do. I gave up. I actually was working at law firms in the DA's office, and I switched over. But this has been a true blessing for me, even to be back home again.
Amazing. Mm-hmm. Could you share a little bit about? I know you've said yourself that you've been in the department. What have you, like, I guess, your roles? How has that looked like? How have you, like, changed between roles in the department, and anything you want to shed light about
As
that?
far as like where I started and now,
Yes.
I think I think for the audience to know is the Houston Fire Department has been like my first family. Like and I say that with a heartfelt and love for this department, because not having that foundation, it was just, as a child, it was just moving from family to family, and I'll leave it at that, right? But for the first time in my life, I knew where I could spend the holidays. I could spend Christmas. I could spend Thanksgiving, my birthday, and this fire department. I've had, there's some people saw my children the first day, right? They were born because they came to visit the hospital, and weddings that we've all attended, and some stood in my wedding, and it was so tough that I actually chose 2 best men, right? And within the fire department, so that's all I've known. That's like my true family, right? But going from that, coming in as a rookie, and then being blessed by being here and having a Mayor Whitmire who definitely God, the way he's rebuilt public safety for us is that I've seen. I mean, but having that support, it's still sometimes it doesn't hit you like, wow, because these are my family members. I don't, but then it hits me the reality and the accountability and responsibility that we have. So my role has changed, but this role allows me to give more, to do more for the members, for the city, for the residents. It allows me more of that opportunity to, it all starts, with at the top. And if you look at Mayor Whitmire's compassion, and even the council members who are so involved, I can't say enough, God, what we do for the community. I'll be honest with you, sometimes it feels like a small city. It really does. It's like, because of all the, hey, how you doing? What are we doing? Going out to the community, it does. It's like, it's just so approachable that it's really good. But for the citizens, I think it means a lot, right? To show that compassion. So now, given the opportunity to either change culture or change mindsets of, just that compassion piece for not only our internal, but external too, right? And showing what we do and how much we really care for the city and each other. That sometimes of all the studying and degrees I've had, nothing's ever taught me that. I think it comes from watching. So it's been good. It's been really good.
I'm glad to hear that, Chief, that you have that support, because, your department is there for emergencies, is there for residents, saving lives, especially in a city that is, impacted by natural disasters. So.
Oh, natural disasters, even we planned, like we got the World Cup coming.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So we just had a meeting that's prior to coming here. We got Houston Marathon. And, and I tell you, one that's very historic for us is going to be MLK, the Martin Luther King Parade. That it was a blessing to see, like, the mayor do that for our city. It's like, wow, I witnessed that historic moment, which is something I'll take with me forever. Now it's that, and then we have the rodeo coming up, the Houston Marathon, in between those two. And then we followed by the World Baseball Classic. Then you got the Sweet 16 happening here, and then we got so we're not going to get a break. Like, I'm literally telling our guys, hey, like, now is all the training we've done. Now it's time, right? And then the World Cup's going to be huge. We're at world stage. And in the middle of all that, we still have hurricane and hot weather season. Right?
Yes.
So you're like, it's going to be crazy. But, the team that we've established, that we have, the men and women, even with our other stakeholders, is great, man. And we're continuously having those meetings to the what ifs. We plan for the special event, but potential incident as well, right? Because we deserve, the citizens deserve that protection, and rightfully so. And again, the culture that's been changed is, definitely huge improvement. But we have a lot, the preparedness, continuously preparing. And then we ask the what ifs, like, what if this happens, what if that? And so what's plan A, B, C, or D, or F, whichever comes, so it's been great. It's been really good.
Amazing.
Yeah, it has. So, yeah, World Cup.
Yeah, everybody's excited about the World Cup. I mean, within the Hispanic community, I know you're Latino.
Yeah,
There's a lot of
Latino,
people
no,
that,
see, yeah, I
that
was
look forward to
meeting
that.
with the council of Ecuador, and he was like, "Man, I wish I would have." Actually, they were scheduled to come here, and then they changed it, and I was excited. Wow, Ecuador's going to be here, but no, we got a lot of them, a lot of great teams coming, and I think it's going to be the opportunity to showcase the world, because it is going to be a world stage,
Oh, yeah.
without count, the largest sporting event in world history,
Yes.
right? It's part of it's here in Houston, but that goes to show who we are, that we were selected.
Yes.
That says a lot about the city and what the administration has done and the mayor has done, and because it is a trust factor that it is world stage.
Yeah,
How do you do that?
the
For
city has a
41 days, it
track
will be world stage. That's going to be great. No
Yes.
pressure, right? No pressure. Yeah, but we got the team. My members are amazing. Our firefighters do a great job. PD as well. Plus the Chief Diaz and I have a great friendship, which makes things easier as well. So it's really good.
What should the public know about these preparations, or anything that they can help with?
Well,
alleviate
yeah,
anything?
definitely. The preparations know that we've been planning this for a year now, right? And we're still planning every day. Every day there's meetings. That we're a lot of stakeholders. It's going to be busy during that time. Influx. We're hearing massive numbers. An additional 3 million people.
Wow.
And a lot of activities going on, and to definitely like Que Onda, I was going to talk to Gabriel and say, hey, we'll give you the schedules in this to inform the public what's happening.
Yes.
So we could do that, and but yeah, that we're doing a lot of planning, and to just the messaging that we send out, definitely pay attention to that.
Yes, just please pay attention. Be on the lookout for more to hear from the Houston Fire Department about these preparations, these world-class events. I mean, the FIFA World Cup, the Baseball Classic that's coming up too. All
The
these
Rodeo.
events. The rodeo that's coming every
and let's
year.
not forget that the last game, and this is how the last game is going to take place July 4th. So not only we're going to be playing for the 4th of July Freedom Festival, which we have every year. So we're just going to stop one and go straight to the other. And it's going to be the 250th birthday of our country. So it's like, wow. You're going to be like right there, right? And so it's like, which one do we handle first? But
yeah.
it's going to be good.
Amazing.
I'm
amazing.
excited.
Yeah. And this year, like talking about this year that they came up, I know it's important for you, the toy drives, helping out, staying
yes.
connected with the community. What can you share about that? What do you gain from
That
from
was really seeing smiles. I mean, you can't. I mean, there's no price on that. And a public affairs office along with our PIOs, every firefighter. It was the first time we had tried it like that, and it gave us the opportunity to connect more with our community. It gave us the opportunity just to greet people, shake hands, know that we're here for them. Because, it's great times, but also sometimes stressful time for people. And all the work and effort, of course, Amagi, Bank did an amazing job supporting this as well, and all the sponsors, Shell, all those, so many people that I got to give thanks to. But it was all about the children, the families, and just watching smiles. And I think the other thing, and I tell people we're just helping Santa, right? We're helping Santa Claus for this. And the fact that children are going to have an opportunity to have toys under their tree means a lot. Because growing up extremely poor, I still actually remember the first toy that someone gave me to me, and it was a teacher in class, third grade. And I remember she got a bag of toys, and I got one, and I remember it was a tank, and it lit up. So you do, but that to show people the compassion side of our members, but seeing smiles of those children mean a lot.
Yeah.
And that Chief Galvan, Richard Galvan, set it up. He decided to go different. And of course, with everything else, support our command staff as well as our members, and it turned out really well. More connection to the public.
Exactly.
And the council members did an amazing job. It was great. The mayor, everybody did an amazing job promoting that as well. So it was good. It was really good. Really good.
And you never know, maybe there's a little kid there looking at the fire department as at their future.
Yeah, I think
or
maybe that might be the
volunteering.
first exposure they have,
Yeah.
right? Our crews, the crews in the area were able to get the fire trucks there, and the children were able to go see it, what that looked like. And that's really, I always say that's also part of recruiting, right? You never
Yes.
know. You're going to get that child, oh, wow, fire, that's what they do.
Yeah.
So it was really good. It's great watching the children smile.
Amazing. I'm glad. And I know your fire department does so much, and it's always in need of volunteers, more staff. What may be the first step for people to get involved, either for volunteer or career-wise?
Right now, the career-wise is definitely, our Houston Fire Department webpage, where we do have the application process that tells you what we need, what you have to do. The minimum is going to be the 15 college credit hours, but people say, wow, but once you get our firefighting certification, and which, there's three, we got the one track where we rehire people that left, and then we see, what's happened since the time they left. Then you got the full cadet classes, which is our 10 months to 11 months. And those are the ones that with 15 hours, and then we look at what else is going on in the resume. And then you have those that are fully certified or have partial certification, either fire or EMT. And we bring them in, and that goes to which has been very successful for us because, full classes, 10 months, expensive process, and then those that are fully certified, they come in fast track at 8 weeks. So it's a win-win for everyone, and we get them out faster. And then our paramedic corps as well. So, but to definitely just look into our Houston.gov where we have all the jobs, but more importantly, the Houston Fire Department webpage and Houston Fire, and they'll tell you we're hiring.
Amazing.
It'll be good.
And from what I hear, it seems like a short-term kind of training part. Like, for example, as opposed to, let's say, going to college 4 years. So,
Yeah.
As for time frame, what can people expect maybe to?
And so, well, if you come in, definitely you have to take the civil service and everything else. And if you're fully, like I said, we've got the waiting list, but we're working hard at, shortening the time span. But if you're that student that doesn't, or that person doesn't know what to do, going to like your local college or a lot of colleges that have fire technology and EMT technology, from start to finish, you're looking at 11 months. And then and we're starting the process even before they graduate.
Okay.
So it could speed up the process. And that group that's fully certified comes in already, like, there's those classes that we have and we're filling them up. That's the faster route. Plus, you come in with a little higher pay while you're a cadet, right? So that makes a huge difference. So, but I encourage fire technology and the EMT to come in. Plus, it's easier, as far as the process for them as well, because our courses, it's really, in our paramedics, I really encourage people to get into the paramedic field. I would say our paramedics are best in the world. Bar fire, you see them. They train with the Navy SEALs come and train with us, the military, a lot of people, federal agencies, because of, they come with our people, even first-year med students. So Dr. Purse has done an amazing job in creating that along with Chief White and all the commands, all the chiefs and captains are involved with paramedics and EMS. And even the civilian staff does amazing with certification. So it's a team effort all around. So it's really good.
Great. Mm-hmm. And, as your first year wraps up, any numbers of your staff right now and then maybe any goals that you have for the future?
Well, when I came on board, I had said that we wanted to hit, approximately 300 hires, right? And we were told it might take 3 or 4 years to get that, just to get those in. We did it in less than a year. We brought almost 390 people into the fire department. Moving forward, still obviously our members are the most, one of the most important things, right? With that is for the new year is definitely continue staffing the stations. Is going to be a high priority in apparatuses, right? Because our firefighters stay at the stations 24/7, 7 days a week. So that's going to be real important. And as we move forward, the safety piece is definitely getting positions for safety. I'm shooting for hopefully more inspectors positions. But again, we do what we have sometimes, but that's going to be high priority. Safety is for us, and how do we increase that? How can we do better? What model? And if there's not one, we'll establish one, right? We just met today that it looks like we're going to be establishing that as well. So setting up that safety piece is for our members. It's going to be great.
Great to know.
Yeah, and of course, continue working hard for the residents of Houston. That's going to be a big one.
Yes.
It always is and should be.
And talking about residents, with the cold weather, I know there's also a lot of there can be exposure to carbon monoxide with the space heaters. Any light that you want to shed into how to be safe in the winter?
Definitely pay attention, right? People like the real trees. I actually bought one, and it's one of those where you have to continue making sure because obviously if there's no water, it's going to get drier. So pay attention to that. I think definitely start checking your heaters. Right now it's a good time, and you never know. You don't want to find out in the middle of winter. And unfortunately, we have people that don't have the means to stay warm, right? And so what they do is either live on the stove and to get heat that way, and some people put the generators out, and some people actually put them inside the house. That's a big no, right? Generators at least 3 to 4 feet away from the house, because a lot of people won't realize that these houses have the vents that goes in, so getting that monoxide. And sometimes we've seen where they put a barbecue pit in the garage just to keep warm, and but again, the carbon monoxide is one that people you don't see it, you don't smell it, and you start feeling those health issues or signs. But then and then of course your smoke alarms, right? I mean, that is so important to do that, and pay attention. People like to put candles out, those type of things, and you got little kids that think, or children, I should say. And there's always, but having those live flames throughout, even though there's a little candle, it could create some problems, definitely causing some damage, and occasionally you have that fatality. But just definitely pay attention to your surroundings when it comes to what you have on. What do you, your stoves. I mean, is that, so that's because I remember that's what we have to do, but we have to monitor that very carefully and stuff. And because sometimes the flame goes out. Now you just have, you have the product going all over the place, and natural gas, and those are the things that you got to pay attention to, But I know, but continuously our public affairs goes and teaches that, smoke alarms, carbon monoxides, everything else. People put carbon monoxide on top. No, put it midway, halfway through the wall. Those are the things that we do, So, and again, our public affairs office has smoke alarms that, definitely call and we'll set some up for you, So that's another thing that we offer.
Yes, and thank you, because I know as the winter moves in, we expect to see you more in press conference, so we'll be there. And thank you for always bringing that information to the public.
And anything you all need from us, you're great. And thank you for what you do for the Latino community, right? It's good to see it. It really is.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And, as this interview wraps up, any special message that you would like to share to our Que Onda audience?
Yes. Well, first of all, know that we work for you and continue to work hard, which is why it's important for me our members are well supported, that we're always there. And two, from the HFD family to your family, Merry Christmas, Feliz Navidad, Happy Holidays, y Prospero Año, Happy New Year to everyone. And just know that the Houston Fire Department's always going to be there 24/7.
Thank you so much, Chief.
Thank you.
Thank you for taking the time.
Christmas.
And this has been an exclusive interview with Chief Tom Muñoz. Thank you for being here, for taking the time out of your busy schedule. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hasta luego.
Hasta luego.
Que Onda Magazine presentó